Hello everyone and welcome back to NeoBurgh. In this episode we are going to be hopefully extending this station. It does not want to extend further than that. That makes it a little bit more complicated because it means that we can't put in a overflow line, but we will still just put it in on this side. That should be hunky-dory. So we're basically going to be creating this line's own separate section rather than it being converging into this particular line, because it has been relatively sort of causing a bit of an issue with the additional trains that come through here. So I think what we're going to need to do is likely come in at a slightly different angle. And it's a bit awkward where these are separated. I think it might be best if we take this back. Obviously this will cause issues with the line currently, but it should then allow us to make the necessary changes and realign the track to where we want it to be. So we take out this bit. And then we've got that back to that point. So then if we continue these train lines out to roughly, in fact, where does the hill start to decline? If we go into this menu, we should be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, it's not actually telling us where exactly that would be. No worries. What we'll do is we'll just take it out to around about here and then start to go out because we need to go into a bridge at some point. So if we just take this back a little bit, we can then connect into this one, and hopefully this will work absolutely fine. There we go. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, bless me. Sorry about that if you're wearing headphones. I do apologise. Right. So we are going to need some crossovers so that trains can get from one side to the other if necessary. Let's just take out these because they're getting in the way. There we go. So we should be able to put in double slip switches like so. And then all of a sudden everything's fine because now the Ilkeston line can get to where it was going via that, but that's not what we want. We want it to get into this point here, number 9, and we don't want it to use number 8. I mean, we could potentially connect into those ones if we really wanted to. I don't think there's any other lines going through there, so it'd probably be beneficial if we removed anything like that. But I suppose what we could do is have, if we take that to there, can do a double slip switch there and a double slip switch there. And then we can do one way back, maybe. One way there. And then if we check Ilkeston, if we add 7 and 8 as an additional line that it can use if this one's already being used. In fact, no. What we could do is where these lines aren't too long. In fact, how long is this train? These are a bit longer. So they do need to be that whole length. I thought we could split it up and do a separate one along them, but I don't think that's going to quite work. Let's turn this back. We got a slight issue here. Is that just going here? Yes. Alright, what we need to do is, number one, put in stops along the way. So, some here, for example. Might as well do them where the other stops are on the train lines. Just to have some uniformity. In fact, we can do them here as well. We probably did so many because we knew there were quite a few lines converging. So it's not necessarily needed anymore. This is going to be a troublesome one. I think what we're going to have to do is say no one way on these and then turn it back. So if it goes through, no one way, no one way. There we go. Right, that's moving. So then this one should be able to move. Yeah, see, they're almost the length of this station, so they need to be a bit longer in order to make use of that. Right, that one's on its way back. It should find its way, that should be fine. What we'll do is make these one way again. If we can click on them. And then stops here. I mean, it would be good if we could put some in. But I don't know about that middle bit where it's got the actual crossing there. Alright, now what? Cannot connect to all terminals. Really? Lines report the following, cannot connect to all terminals. So it's from here to here. What do you mean you can't connect to all terminals? You can. there something that I'm missing here? We could put this a little bit further back, and then that way have the split work a bit better in our favour. Right. No, actually, because that won't allow them back now. What am I thinking? What am I even doing? So if we put that there, we can then put that in as far as possible. I think this is what I was attempting to do originally. That connects, doesn't it? Yep. And now we should be able to put this as a double slip and put the non-one way a little bit further back so that trains can get past if they need to. Right. So is this still reporting issues? Could not connect all alternative route terminals. Which ones is it trying to connect to? Oh! No, that's not it. Maybe it's just literally this stop is causing that issue. There we go. For some reason the stop was impacting it. I don't quite know why. Right, these are quite full actually, so we could upgrade these to BRs. And while we're there, why don't we have them go back to fill up completely? Right, so that allows this to use those ones that it was using originally, but by default it will use this one. So I'm hoping this will encourage more movement between the lines. So we've got a bricks train coming in. Looks like we've got trains stopping down here. Alright, so this is... oh, that's where I want to be! The train is moving, so I can't actually get there. It's a shame that we don't have like a free camera. Can we use this? Like... I go underneath? No. Not really. I don't think that's going to work. I can kind of see the cargo moving, but I can't see the actual train, so I can't see how this is working. If I just make that smaller. So you see here how we've got 3 lines converging here, and then it going out to 2. So it's not the best by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it's just really not the best. If we split out the train line that's doing oil, it might help, but it's still very, very poor of a junction. It looks like it's flowing a little bit at the moment, though. It looks like trains are getting through. So hopefully, what's up with this one? Excuse me. Ah, it's literally because we haven't paused. So hopefully that should allow things to move a little bit better. We're just keeping an eye on things. This one's filled. It may be that we have to separate out these. The only issue is we've got the boxcar that goes all the way through here and delivers plastic down this end, so we can't really separate them out because things on this line need to get down here, things on this line need to get down here, and things on this line also need to get down here. But then we've also got the Knaresborough line which goes straight through. So it is a bit of a multitude of junctions. I suppose what we could try doing is allow the oil trains to go straight through. That might reduce down the amount of how many trains are there? There's 2. It's not really going to have a massive impact. See, we've got trains waiting. That's really weird. Tunnels are really strange in this game. So, at what level is this tunnel? Is that other tunnel? It's over it, isn't it? It's over the top of it, yes. Would we be able to go maybe from here? We could split out. That could be a possibility. So if I just pause it, then we break this apart. If we make this be see-through, and then we're going to need to remove these stops. And if we put a exit here, because effectively that means that there's a reduction in how much is using this tunnel. So we'll try and do that. So we'll do this coming out to here, like so. And then we need to take it to a point where it's over the top of that other tunnel. I think that's just about there. So if we do the same here, it's really struggling. It's trying to snap to that point, but I hope now if we go straight over, yeah, it doesn't interact with, oh, it interacts with that tunnel. Well, it's probably easier to move the road, and to be fair, I don't think we technically use the road for anything. So let's just clear that out of the way. And then if we connect this into here somewhere, there. I don't want that to come out here. Pushing it further down should help with connecting up these two roads. So then if we follow this one, we should be able to break apart from it and connect in there. And then I'm hoping that yeah, good. So the oil line sees that as a faster route through anyway. So it reduces the amount that has to go through this junction. It's only by those oil trains that it will affect, but it should help. That's my hope, is that we can just optimize it. There we go. That should work fairly well. Hopefully it'll provide a bit faster of a route through for those oil trains. As for this road, I don't think anything goes down this way. We got that line. Ah, awesome. So pushing that other line down as far as we can has meant that this one doesn't now need a crossroads there. So hopefully that should improve the flow of traffic through these particular lines. I just hope that it's enough in order to get things down, and it looks like it is actually helping quite a bit. Looks like this is going to fill up. Looks like we've got a fair amount of stone there to go to where it needs to go. We've got this oil line, which was for the fuel down here. Only 50. wants to get into the city, and none of it is actually being provided for. Is it something to do with the... This doesn't actually cover it. Possibly. Does this one? I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't at the same time. Let's have a look at our cargo layer overlay. So ironically, the ones right next to the actual... Oh, it's because I thought this was all food, but this is actually goods. Goods are not getting here. So actually, there's one here as well. 1, 2, 3. Maybe we need to split them out. Maybe if we separate them, they should then... But I don't really have enough space here. Okay, let's just remove this. And then what we'll do is we'll put this back in with enough space to actually do that. Alright, so that is 3, so we need it about there. Alright, so we want one there, one there. In fact, we might as well try and spread it out a little bit more. So maybe if we did something like this. No, let's move it over a little bit more so that there's even more future proofing. This is getting a very large station, but to be fair, Ilkeston's actually fairly large. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's even space for a 5th, really, if we wanted to. I think we probably want to have separate entrances for each of these. In fact, let's put the entrances in first. And then separate exits, if it'll allow us. Maybe we just need to remove this road temporarily. Exit here, here, and here. And then hopefully nothing will get stuck. Right, there we go. That was harder than it needed to be, but hey ho. So, if we put that road back in here, straight road along here, flat, and take that into there. You never know, that might actually become the faster route through. Let's just try putting these in like this. So we'll put these in first, and then we'll have the roads connect between these. So hopefully that goes down and then it doesn't go back up. Let's take that out there and then connect it in here. And let's take out these. Now that's working. Down here we need obviously these are the wrong way around. So now we have Ilkeston. I mean, this is no longer just food, or at least it shouldn't be. Maybe that's why it's not been taking the oil, the fuel. Ah, well, we've practically already separated this out now. So we'll take this one to the first one, and then we'll have a couple of other lines here. Can't believe I didn't notice that. Should have checked that really. My bad. Right, so this one will go here. And we want them to fill up if possible. Loading, unloading. And then we'll do another couple of lines. So this one will go to number 5. This one will go to number 7. So number 5 will go to this one. And if we just turn this on so that we can only see these. So we want this to go to number 2. And we want you to load everything. This one can go to number 4. Loading everything. This one, yes, this one to number 6. Loading everything. And then that one, I think we're going to have to wait and see. So if we spread these vehicles out a little bit, maybe put 3 on each of these lines. The old one can keep 4. This is no longer food. This is cargo Ilkeston. In fact, I don't even know if that is how many there are. No. Cargo road. It's up to 59. So this is number 60. So let's just rename these. Number 62. Number 63. There we go. So that other one's ready to go for when we actually put it in. But right now, it's not getting any use. So hopefully this will cover more of the area a little bit better. Ilkeston's a really interesting city because it's sort of on a curve almost, even though it doesn't necessarily have to be. So I'll be interested to see how Ilkeston sort of grows. But yeah, that's hopefully going to help with getting fuel through. I can't believe we hadn't noticed that till now. This has literally been doing nothing. For 50 odd years it's been doing nothing. Oh dear, oh dear. But it's got 120 capacity and the city only wants 50. So hopefully it should be absolutely fine. These should start to be getting a lot more oil through. I'm really hopeful that this change has made a lot of good effects across these lines, because this is the main problem down here, is the crossing that we've got. It's just causing issues. But unfortunately, I don't really see much better of a solution. What's really cool to see though is that that main line in the middle is actually transporting all of the goods pretty much. So I'm hopeful it will stay that way. Does this have any stone? Just wait a couple more seconds. Wait a couple more seconds. This is going to unload some stone which you can take. There we go. Excellent. Now you can go. Cool. Awesome. Alright, let's just keep an eye on things for 5 more minutes, because I am hopeful it will start to pull through some oil and what have you. In fact, number 60 is waiting for 30 seconds. In fact, we probably want that for all of them, to be fair. Wait for maybe 45 seconds, 45 seconds maximum, because that way if something comes through on the train which doesn't quite fill up the trucks, then they're not just waiting aimlessly for a fair while. Hopefully we can just put in a waypoint and this line will go to it, and then it will go through properly based on what we've created. Okay. This seems to be working fairly well. Well, other than stopping fast-moving traffic when it shouldn't be. We're definitely getting more supplies through here, which means that these should be coming through. Are these though? I don't think so. Let's add another train onto it, because we really need this stuff to get through, because with stone it is a 1-to-1 conversion rate. So if we aren't picking it all up, then a brick factory or a construction material plant, sorry, is suffering somewhere else because of it. It's now empty. We've just upgraded that train for nothing. But I think that our profits should start to go up with that particular line. I'm hopeful we should start to see more things come through. It's probably going to take a little while. And unfortunately, we can't have these trains wait until they're filled. There just isn't the capacity for them to wait here, annoyingly. I think one of these just went up a level, though. Maybe this one. That's good. That's really good. So how much oil is there? 310. 122. That is a fair amount. Right, so that's just unloaded 87. Why does it have 87 crude oil? Where's that going to? It really shouldn't be dropping off crude oil here. That might be something we need to look at. Yeah, because this would need only oil. Only ever oil. So here, it should only ever be filling up on oil. Yep. And then working our way back through the chain. This should only ever be unloading crude oil. Unloading oil. Picking up fuel. It shouldn't really be unloading fuel. Knaresborough does want fuel, but we don't want it to be taking it. So, at this point, before this one where it's unloading these two, we want it to be loading up these and unloading oil and fuel. And then I think that should do the trick. So we probably should have caught on to that a little bit sooner, but now that we have, it may well ensure that these trains do exactly what we're expecting them to at each step of the way. It may be that we need more trains here on this line, but I'm hopeful that 2 should be adequate. Right, so it's picked up 4 fuel. That's the first time I think that we've seen fuel there. I may be wrong. Oh wow, only 67% is getting to Dover. That's not great. Again, it has crude oil. But why? Is it going to drop it off here? Let's see what it does here. So it's dropping off the crude oil and putting it there. But why? Something would have dropped it off here to begin with. I don't think there's any crude oil around. I think the nearest one's this one up here. And that one, well, it should really be going through This tank car takes up fuel. Interesting. So maybe we should specify what it's doing. I do love how flexible the tank cars are, because unlike any other train, they are very versatile on what they pick up, whether it be crude, oil or fuel. It's quite unique in that sense that you only really need one car type in order to pick up everything. Fuel is getting up here, but only just over half. Food isn't. Goods really aren't. Neither are machines. That seems to be more a case of these need to... If we change this train, it should be quicker and it should be able to hold more stuff. There we go. So when it comes through next, it should slurp up most of that. 360, and it has 320 capacity. So hopefully that will pick up a lot more of its goods. Hopefully this might be one of the first times that it's going to just drop off all of its crude here and then pick up the oil and fuel. Again, we're starting to build up with things that we've got here. It's the Ilkeston line picking up its stone here, to this train's detriment, which is not great. Maybe we could allow them to go here if it's full. That could work. So this line can go to number 9 if it has to. Is that the wrong one? No, it shouldn't be. Yeah, because this is number 8. It should be able to just go straight through and then come down here and cross over at this point. So why can't it? Is there something I'm missing here? It would split. Ah, right here. There we go. Now it'll work. So that's the wrong train line. Oopsie daisy. That's the wrong train line. Right, where's the right damn train line? There's so many that go through here. Knaresborough. So on number 2, you can go to number 9 as well. There we go. So now where this train, for some reason, is going into number 7, I don't quite understand why it is, because number 9's free. So it should be just defaulting to that one. What are you doing? Please tell me you don't have any crude. Yes! Perfect. That's worked as we wanted it to. So it's now not got any crude oil. Instead it has fuel, oil. It might start to pull that stuff through. It looks like this one's going to be going in here, or at least it should be, because it's now clear. There we go. Yep. Okay, and let's make sure that these are getting to where they need to go. I might just sell these other 2. See if one train can do it. I'm a little bit skeptical that it will be able to, but we can hope. And then again here, if we reduce this down so that one train is running through where that junction is, it should hopefully help. Not necessarily scheduling, but reduce the amount that's rolling through. So if we've got bigger, longer trains, in theory they should be able to hold more stuff. Why is it taking... That's something I hadn't quite seen. It's taking grain up here and then dropping it over to there. We want to limit that. So over here, we want you to literally just unload these 2. So at this one, I want you to unload everything and just pick up coal and ore. Okay. And then down here, coal, ore, grain. Perfect, happy days. It should only really be dropping, picking up. Mind you, we've got that other brown line which might be taking stuff. So that might be fine. Is there a line on this one? What was this one? Oh, we removed... No, we didn't remove it. Oh, was it a line that came up this way? Yes, now I remember. We had a line that came up to here, didn't we? But we pretty much removed it and used this line. I remember now. Which means that middle one is kind of going spare. I mean, line, if we wanted to, we can move this brown line over to it. Is this starting to pull through what it needs to? These are going down. This is going up in percentages. There's a problem up here. Oh, it's not quite long enough. Okay. We'll remove that. We'll put that in there. And then we'll just take this back a little bit further. To about there, where we will then connect in like so. Oh, maybe we won't. Oh, yep, we will. Okay, so let's just put stop there. That should be fine. So this is gonna still be moaning. So we'll just turn it round manually. Allow that to go through. It might be beneficial to allow this road to connect in here. I know that we've not necessarily allowed that in the past, so that hopefully stuff wouldn't come down here to do that. But if they can come down this road, go that way, and then through there, it'll be a better connection to what now? Oh, still not long enough. I see. Right, hopefully that's long enough. I think that's long enough. Just. Yes, I know it's still an issue. It's because I haven't actually connected these up. Relax, game. I'm on it. There we go. Oh, right. Let's just double check. It can fit in there, can't it? Yes. Cool. That should be long enough now, I hope. I hope it's not causing too many emissions for this residential area, but Knaresborough is growing at quite a rate. That's really good to see. So hopefully there's very little overflow here. This line, the stone is still building up, but I think that's just because we're bringing it through at a higher rate. It looks like these two are coping with the oil and crude oil demand, and hopefully supplies wise this is going up. We're not getting that much from, say, Tring, but to be fair, Tring is all the way over here, and it's the last one on the Tring line to connect in. We really need to do something about these. Anyway, this is probably a big tool order to try and fix as well. But I think things are running a bit better now. That's a lot of stone for it to pick up. It's dropped off a load of other stuff, which is good. dropped off some bricks. How is the interlink line doing with money at the moment? It's not as profitable as it used to be, but it's more stable. And I think if we add into that line more and more... What now? Ah, typical. I'll put it to 2 just to make sure that it is long enough, because it wasn't last time with 1. I think this should be, because it's only really the flat car train line that's affected. Right, so then if we pop that into there, we do one of these going back, and then hopefully... Oh, the only problem is we can't cross over. Okay, maybe we'll have to do... a fair bit more. Okay. So let's allow that to go. Why is it taking wood? Where has it gotten wood from? Again, this might be something we need to look at. So here you should literally just be loading that. Over here, oh, down here we want you to unload the steel. And then down here, where is it even using the planks? Why is it picking up planks? This is the weird thing about this game. I don't understand why it's picking up from one platform to drop it off at another. So effectively it'd be like these logs picking up here to drop off here as it comes back. I'm not too sure why that's happening. So we want that to pick up that, and then it's just dropping off there. Okay, what now? This train station is not long enough. Oh wow, that's really not long enough. This might be a bit more of an issue here. Just because we have to come out of the tunnel before it goes into the station. So that's just long enough. Right. Hopefully. That's cutting it tight, but it works. Totally meant for that to happen. He says, shaking his head. I totally didn't. But I'm happy to take it. That's a nice little benefit there. So we really need to keep things moving here. So let's just do that, and then this can turn around. Hopefully. Wow. 16% is getting there. That is atrocious. 24%, 15%, 17%. Hmm. Wait, what? How is it sending? What? Oh my goodness. This has been... Oh, all this time. It's been sending stuff to this. We don't want that. We want that to just drop off stuff for Maplethorpe and Sutton. Oh, my goodness. North Road. Let's pause it for a second. I just want you to unload these things. I just want you to load these last 6. Oh, poor Maplethorpe and Sutton. Fudge, I didn't realise that it had that overlap. It must have built it since. I really don't remember that being there the last time I was here. That really sucks. Whoops, never mind. Maybe we can do something with that. Connect that in somehow. But I'm hoping that, yes, crude is getting from where it needs to go to where it needs, or where it needs to get. These lines are making more money as time goes on. Even this one. Kinda. It really depends what gets here, but let's face it, if we can't get it to where we need it to go, what's the point in transporting it in the first place? This can be reduced down. Is that the... Why is the Knaresborough grain line taking coal and ore? So it's just picking up grain. Oh. We're delivering... we should really turn that off. Because we have a grain line, we have our gondola line here for that. Oh, I didn't realise we were doing that. I see. Yeah, we want to force this over to this one, because this line can really take that additional strain. I didn't realise that it was coming down here on this one. I'll probably set that up ages back, trying to make more money on this line, but we really don't need to worry about that at the moment. We're making $250 million. Silly money. We don't need to worry about this if it's not making us money. We just need to worry about it if it's not providing the grain where it's needed. I mean, to be fair, we could probably condense it down, so remove this line. And then just use that Knaresborough line. Because this, if we work these stations into... What now? What's happened? Trains mutually blocked. Ah, yes, because this one is blocking here. This one's blocking here. Hopefully this will just go in here. Or can it not go for it? Oh. Oh. Are they mutually blocked? No, nothing's stopping this one. Why is it going on there? It should be going on here. Why is it going back that way? Ah. What's it doing? That's a bit of an issue. So if we ignore this train, these two are the problem. This one, this gondola can't move until this is out of the way because this is trying to get back onto that line. And then this one can't go in there because this is in the way. And it can't go over here because this one's trying to get back over here. Ah, I see. What if we did something like this? It's a little bit ghastly and it's a hack, but maybe that will allow this one to go straight through. No, what if we turn off that double slip switch there? Yes, that's now moving. This will hopefully be able to go in. Oh, bugger off! I don't know what to do about this if we can't get this bricks train in here. This is a bit of an issue. I didn't really want them to come back this way. I wanted them to go back here, over onto their own line. Right. Don't you start. There we go. This one's moving. This one should go back. So what I'll do is I will turn this off double slip switch once this has gone through. Blimey. This is our Achilles heel here. There we go. Now, no line has to cross itself other than here. Good, we can turn that other train back on now. Awesome. Okay, that's sorted that problem out. Oy, oy, oy. That was a worrying one, to be honest with you. I didn't think we would be able to sort that out. But we got there in the end. Good, 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 good. That's a little bit more like it. Things are flowing. It should just be a swift transition of goods rather than a backlog. Yeah, Knaresborough has been somewhat suffering. Hopefully this is on the up, where we're getting more stuff through. Its transport's good. Its supply's not too bad. That being said, we're not getting that much from here. How is that getting to here? Ah, via the string lines, maybe that's why. Maybe we could just upgrade this one to make sure that that stuff gets through. That being said, it's going to be a much longer train now because goods take a lot, or the boxcars take up more space. Where is that train? Reveal it to me. Right, so that's on its way to Knaresborough South here. So it should be able to go through here without an issue. We've got real problems with oil and fuel here. There we go. So that fits in that size one. Is that the same size as this one? I feel like that's bigger than that. And I feel like this was such a squeeze to get in. I doubt we'll be able to do it that way. We'll probably have to go out this way, if anywhere. That is quite a lot of plastic. 300 odd. We'll have to keep an eye on it. It might have to change. Hopefully down here though. Wow, the bricks are picking up. Look at that. Getting up to level 4. Yes! Good, good, good. Okay, this one's now the bottleneck. We're not getting stuff through, whereas... yeah, these two are the lowest. That one's at 99%, that one's at 99%. Yes, it's getting through to where it needs to go. Look at that, it's empty. Perfect. Good. Hopefully we can start to get these to where they need to go. These two might be a bit troublesome because it's on the tring line. Seems like the tring line is like the busiest line. It's not even making that much money. It'd be interesting to see the routes that cargo takes. If there was a way for us to know, right, this one is sending 268 stone. What is the route of it? Is it going this way? Is it going this way? Let us know, and then we can actually do something about these things. That's an interesting one. Does this line have any boxcars? No, it doesn't. Do we really want to implement that? No, not really. Never mind, I'll pretend like I didn't see it. I reckon this line is going to make no money whatsoever, but it means that it gets stone to where it needs to go, so that's good. These lines, on the other hand, do not seem to be... Look at how busy it is here. Okay, this one really needs... Didn't I just put some new ones on there, actually? Yeah, I think I just put these on here. Will it tell me the age somewhere? 1 year. I just put some new ones on there, so hopefully that will start to transfer through. We've got so much gondola stuff here. It's weird, this is like an exclusively gondola line, although we do have steel. How's that getting places via this? Where's that going? There. What? Why are we doing it that way? Were we going to put in a steel line and we never did? It looks that way. It really looks that way. Whoops. What are we doing here? Isn't that meant to go into this one? I am very confused. I can't believe I've missed this for so long. Someone... Can someone tell me how long... how many episodes I've missed this for? I'm quite embarrassed. Oh my goodness. Was it something to do with it can't make the hill climb or something? Surely that isn't the reason. Right. Oh my goodness. Why didn't we do this originally? I think I've just forgot. Oh. That very almost became a problem. Yeah, looks like we intended for this to be a thing, and then just never made it a thing. I was trying to focus on the Knaresborough cargo, but to be fair, you know, we need to get this steel to where it needs to go, and we have our goods factory in Knaresborough that needs steel. It needs steel. Shut up. Yeah, I don't understand why we didn't do that. Maybe we were putting in like a slip track so that it could get across and just completely misunderstood it. Slip track. Oy, oy, oy. I cannot believe that. So it'd be number 9 here. Number 2 there. Why can't it use number 4? Oh, it's number 1, isn't it? Bleh. Sorry, it's been a long day at work. Right. This is literally just picking up steel. Dropping off steel. Looks like we got issues somewhere else we need to look into. It's probably that train that we extended and the junction was too short. This is in... What steel line is this? This is Swindon. Oh, which one was it? That one. It's the only one without anything on there. Right, let's just put on one of these. It's probably kind of overkill, but you never know, it might actually become really popular, this line. Thinking about it, it probably doesn't have anywhere to go as well. Like, once it gets up here... Do we have... Yeah, we don't have any other lines, do we? That must have been something we were doing. If it's not apparent, if it's not readily apparent, there has been a bit of a break between some of these episodes. Don't quote me which one. I think it was like one of the late 90s. I can't remember whether we actually... what we were going to do. We wouldn't want to connect it in there for anything other than maybe if we continue that through. What were we doing? I genuinely don't know. But we're taking out the crossing there now. Mind you, don't we have this line through here? Maybe it was going to go up to this one. Does the flat car stop at this? No, not currently. it's probably beneficial for it not to. Speak of the devil, there's the flat car. Leave that one with me. I think we're going to need to put in a separate line if we want to bring it here. I don't really know what we're going to do with that. Mind you, this links in over here, doesn't it? So we could use that to connect in as well for steel. Maybe. This line literally just goes backwards and forwards here. Just keeps putting steel on this. I mean, we need more vehicles on the Tring line. It's super crazy busy. Yeah, let's sort out, what was it, this one? So it's going to need to go out by 2. And then hopefully we can flip it back round. We can't. It can't go out that way. Oh, is the crossing like here? It's interesting. It's almost long enough. There we go. Right, so he's going to move down. He's going to hopefully pick up... Is there any goods here? No. Oh, 8, maybe? Yeah, it's picking up a little bit of goods. And then he's going to go back. That is crazy busy. But hopefully that will start to pull through more of the plastic for this particular place. This is going up. That's got to be a good thing. That must mean that we're actually getting more things here and to different places. So that's beneficial. It's not getting any steel from here. Ah, well, the line that we just put in might help with that in time. I mean, there isn't really a way for it to get from here to anywhere. So that's what that is. I suppose we could probably put it on this same line that comes through here and then have it collect steel there, bring it back. I don't really see the point of that, but it can't turn around here unless we change this up, which isn't outside the realm of possibility. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think these can technically have 12 maximum. How many does this one have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How come this one's maximized? If the other one could take 11, it's even the same sort of orientation. I've got to stop trying to make sense of this game. Sometimes it doesn't really make sense. I think there is like a theoretical maximum that you can put on these. Look at all that oil. Hopefully a lot of it gets transported here. There we go, yeah. So these are doing a good job. Don't know whether they're really making money, but I think we're benefiting from the changes that we've made. That's the crux of it. This has gone up. This has more stuff in it. Ilkeston's now getting fuel. Yeah, that's good. I'm quite happy with that. This line's really busy. We should probably move the one on here that's probably empty over to it. Let's move this one. Move onto that line. There's quite a lot of stuff here, or at least quite a lot of food. So hopefully that will get to where it needs to go. Yeah, it's weird. These are electric, but they don't charge. So they're, well, that being said, the fuel, the petrol, diesel, the steam ones, they don't, well, the steam engines, they don't fuel up. Even though there's fuel in the game as a cargo that you can send to different cities, you can't actually use it. Which is a bit of an interesting one. Could you imagine if all the trains had to be serviced, get maintenance in a depot? Oh my goodness, it would be chaos. It could probably be pretty easily put in though, considering all the trains come from a depot in the first place. I mean, I don't know whether people would necessarily like it, but my goodness, it would add a lot more complexity to the game if all of our steam engines needed to pick up coal and water. But yeah, I think this is working now fairly well. It looks like the flat car interlink. Oh no, it's the gondola interlink is busy. How's this one doing? Is still making us money? That is nuts. Probably the busiest of them all. 10 vehicles on it. Let's add another vehicle just to try and get stuff to where it needs to go a bit better. Because if you think about it, with food factories, they need 2-to-1 conversion rate, and then with steel, they need 2-to-1. Obviously, that's two ore and 2 coal to 1 steel. So where the stone and the bricks are 1-to-1, that's a bit better, but ultimately gondolas take the most stuff generally through the map. Maybe tank cars are a close second, just considering they take both. Well, they take crude, oil, and fuel. The flat cars, not really as much. They take logs to the login thing. That's 2-to-1 conversion rate. But then everything else is 1-to-1, isn't it? I think it is. I may be wrong, but I think gondolas are the busiest train on any map because there's so much that needs to get from A to B on a gondola, whereas everything else just isn't as... Oh my goodness, look at how many people are waiting here. 1.17. Oh my gosh. This line's crazy. Where do they all want to go? They all want to go to Coulsdon. Of course, it's the last stop before they go on to Coulsdon. So that means that probably less people are able to get on at the Littlehampton train station than everywhere else. But I thought we would have had, well, I mean, that 300 people there. If 300 people are getting on at West Ham, then none can get on at Littlehampton. Whew. That's busy. Maybe we need to do something about that. But that's really good. That's in no way is having a busy public transport line a bad thing, because it only means that you need to improve it, really. Same down here, I think we're getting too many people on straight away, and this needs to go away, but anyway. How is Winsford doing? Oh, it's on a bit of a decline now. It's grown about as much as it's grown the entire game in a few years, and now it's on a bit of a decline. Kind of understandable. It's grown to its capacity under the current situations. I just hope that we can get more of the cargo to where it needs to go, because if we can, then that means that hopefully it will continue to grow. So this really needs plastic more than anything. Where's that train? It's going up to here. So what we really need to do is get through these. Yeah, we're gonna have an issue here because this train station's just a bit of a nightmare. I don't really know why, like, we've done these all very similarly. Some of them are a bit of a horrible, just a bit of a headache, whereas other ones are coping quite well. This is super busy. How's this one doing down here? 66%'s getting to where it needs to go. So let's put 4 on if 60% is getting to where it needs to go. This just isn't getting enough of it. I wish it would tell us in a percentage how much is getting to where it needs to go for supplies, rather than all of these different percentages. Like if it did a total at the bottom of coal and ore, because then we could actually use it a bit better. We need so much crude oil to come up, so much oil to go back. It's almost impossible to do it, I think. What's this one? Helsham. That's got some of the highest transport rates. It's elsewhere that it's not getting to places, like down here. Which is bizarre because it's literally right there. Could practically unload the crude oil and pump it back onto the train at the same time. How's our line over here doing? 81%. I think this is moving all of it from here. So that's good. But then it's not getting to places like here via the different networks. So we just need to work on each one. This again is getting quite busy, but hopefully it will keep rolling through. These are making more money. Ilkeston's probably growing a fair bit from getting more of its stuff. I mean, it says it is, although this says otherwise, this chart. I want to connect Ilkeston in to everything else with the public transport. That's why we have a pass through here. We just haven't quite gotten to that just yet. Maybe that'll be the next episode, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like this is done, so I'm hopefully going to be able to leave this be. Look at that, it's sort of relatively been on the incline for the past 50 years, so that's good. It means that it is doing more than it was before. We potentially need to extend these out so that there's a bit more of a queue, especially if everything's stopping here. We could possibly rework things slightly so that we can have more trains go through at the same time. The problem is this would be the only place where that's actually happening. Wow. That just made 8 million. It's loading up on goods. It's taking that through. So hopefully this, I mean, this has already grown. Oh, only 28% is getting there. I blame the tring lines. The tring lines always seem to be busy. Oh my goodness, the tring lines are so busy that they're... Oh! Shoot, we haven't actually put in... We haven't put in stops. No wonder the tring line's been having issues. long has this been like this? Fudge. One of the busiest cargo lines in the game, in the map. We haven't put in stops. That's embarrassing, quite frankly. I don't know how we didn't catch that sooner. There is on the other side, isn't there? Yeah. So they get to this and then they're waiting for the train to get through. No wonder. I mean, the Tring line has quite a few trains on it, so that might have caused a fair bit of a backlog. Looks like this is. So hopefully if they can start to go through now. We must have literally just put in the tunnel and didn't realise that we needed the other bit. Oof. Quite a few people want to go through to Tolor. It's even got almost 100 people for Knaresborough. That's good. No one wants to go to West Ham, which is a shame. We've actually got West Ham fairly well set up here. Just nobody wants to visit it. Are we able to see where people are coming from? Everyone wants to go to Burgh the Marsh, Alford, Bawtry, Dover, Coulsdon. So basically go on this line and then swap over to these other lines. Not many want to go to Littlehampton, St Just, Winsford, Ilkeston, which is a shame because I was probably going to put in a connection from West Ham to Ilkeston, but if it's not benefiting from it, I don't know. That's going to be a another day jobby. Right now, I think this is starting to work its way through. Albeit we seem to have a lot of plastic there that just isn't really getting to where it needs to go. Maybe it's filling up. Why does it have tools? Why does it have tools on it? Why does it have tools? Why? Why does it have tools? Why has it got tools and food on it? It shouldn't have those on it. It has got nowhere to put it. Unless it's delivering it here? No, that's residential. That's weird. I don't quite understand that. But hopefully that ensures that more plastic gets through to here. If those carts aren't filled with tools and food, for whatever reason they are, then it can fill up with plastic when it gets to here. That's a bit annoying. We could possibly move the plastic line onto this line. Have it connect in over here. And then hopefully it would use that bypass, potentially go a bit faster. Right. There's a lot of plastic for it to pick up. 200's worth. If it had its full capacity, it possibly could have picked all of that up. But where it's got the tools and food on it, I don't know where it's gotten that from. Please just unload the tools and food, where you got them from. Thank God for that. Right, okay. Now just fill up on plastic. Yes! Awesome. Hopefully that will ensure that this plastic gets over here. Because we really need more plastic. 0% is coming from here. And here. Oh, that is actually a lot of the plastic. If that's 2 of the 6 that we've got, that's a little bit worrying. So that's getting 100% from there, but it's only sending 51. It's getting 74% from here, even though that's only really sending so much. Interesting. Well, hopefully that should get more of these through now, that it's not picking up tools and food randomly. I don't know why it was in the first place, if I'm honest. Let's check. These should start to get goods. Get good. This does not reach over here, so it might be worth us putting in a couple of new lines for Knaresborough where it's growing. Oh, they're restaurants. I never noticed that they're... I mean, that is a lot of the exact same umbrella over and over and over and over again. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of a different one. Blimey. Yeah. We can improve, especially if it's going to become more of a pressing thing. Looks like Knaresborough's double its growth, or double its population in about 5 years, it looks like. 6 years. It's doubled its size. That sort of growth isn't really sustainable. So I can understand that it's, you know, starting to tail off. But if we can get other people over here, where are their main destinations? I genuinely don't know for this one. Dover, Coulsdon, Littlehampton, Ilkeston. Hey, look at that. That's a fair amount of people, about 50 odd. I mean, it's 47, but yeah. Alfred, Bawtry, Burgh Marsh, Tolaw. How are only 65% going to Tolaw via the train when it's the main route there? Swindon, Shildon, and then not many at all to Maplethorpe, none to Hailsham. 3 people are going to Kesgrave. Interesting. Okay. How's this doing? Wow, that's a lot of bricks. Let's maybe get those to where they need to go, shall we? It's probably all the stone getting to where it actually needs to go from the bottleneck that was here, where we've sorted that out. It looks like it's actually going through to where it needs to get to. We really need to look at why these are so low, though. I think this not having stops has possibly been really damaging. We could possibly put through a pass-through lane here, so that would help things like the tank car line overtake trains that are just waiting. So does the gondola line still stop here? Yeah, even though it's got no reason to. The only ones that matter here are the boxcar and the flat car. Wow, look at all that crude oil. This is empty, so ideally it should be picking all this up. There is so much there. That's bananas. Considering we don't actually have any crude oil passing through this station directly, it's all coming through the interlinking lines. That's really impressive, I think. So that tank car line, yeah, look at how busy it is. Is it possible to check by cargo type how... I probably want to pause it because it's always changing. By cargo type, the oil, where is it getting stuck? Very good here. Tring again. In fact, this one's up there. That one. Okay, so there's 126 there. This one we could potentially... Is it something to do with the line only having one train on it? We could possibly put another train on this line. I wonder whether that would help. I mean, it's not making any money. But if it's moving the stuff, Yeah, it looks like because it's full load any, it might not have quite connected up. Do we not have a road out this way? We were probably going to do that there. Oh, there we go. There's the road that we were going to put through. Up to here. I just never did it because it didn't really make any sense at the time. Alright, so where is that train actually coming from though? Oh, over here, so it's got to go through everything to get there. Great. Okay. Well, hopefully that at least helps that particular, because it looks like that's a very busy one. We've got a train on the way there now. I just don't know whether they're actually getting to where they need to go. Why is this the only one with cargo for oil? Maybe it's because we are actually moving the oil. I think that's probably getting up to here. In fact, it looks like it might even be getting, maybe not, elsewhere. Just try and keep them even on either track, because for all the oil that goes back, we're going to have to bring back 2 crude. So even though it might not look that busy, it really is. Hopefully we can try to get some of this moved. We've got so much stuck here. Anyway, I'm not going to focus on that for this episode. We are focusing on this one down here. And I think this new line that we've put in is really doing... Was that new Knaresborough? It said Knaresborough, didn't it? That's new. Oh, poop. We could probably get that quite easily with the line that we've already got there. But I don't necessarily want to do this right now. Let's upgrade this road. And then let's put this in. It's not really going to work there, is it? Ooh, wow, that's a bit of a height difference, that. Let's take this one. Do we actually want that to go down here anyway? It's getting a lot of its wood from there. It's Knaresborough, Knaresborough. It's only getting... oh no, that's not Knaresborough. It's getting 100% from where the Knaresborough ones are. Maybe we should just do a separate line there. Put this in. Have that fill load any. And just make sure, I don't think it can do anything different here. Just make sure it is only picking up logs and then dropping them off down here. Because that's all it needs to do. So if we go into this one, we can put some vehicles on that line and start moving that stuff down here. Hopefully, if that can shift all of 400 down here, it will really shake up where the logs are actually going, which wouldn't be that bad of a thing. That being said, can the flat cars pick up logs here? So this one's number 4. Yes, currently they can. Maybe that's not too bad of a thing. But it would have a direct route down to this, so that's kind of good. Looks like we got a lot of steel there. Which will hopefully make its way round in due course. How is this doing? It's actually taking something now, so I can't be angry at it, considering it's been running for so long without making us any money. I can't believe it's been running for 50 years. It's not been able to deliver any fuel whatsoever. That is just nuts. I think this is pretty much as optimum as it's going to get. How's this doing? 90%. It's actually moving more and more of the logs each time. It's down to 378, so it might start to get clear of the station. Let's just see whether that actually happens. Oh look, we've got some people using this line, this road here. And they're going that way. Interesting. Oh, maybe they're going through to Ilkeston. Yeah, I suppose that doesn't just help Knaresborough, it also helps Ilkeston on the other side. Right, moment of truth. I mean, it's going to pick up 320 logs, but is more of this getting to where it needs to go? It might be that it's getting stuck down here. Got a few logs down here that need to go somewhere. And here we have a boxcar. But that's a flat car. That might be able to take some of those logs. Mind you, it's all on the other side, isn't it? If you just wait a few more minutes, we've got a train coming in with a bunch of logs. Mind you, you're almost full. Well, that's good actually. Taking 240, yeah, that's taking quite a lot of stuff. it's definitely making money one way rather than consistently throughout the map. But there we go, we've got more logs here now. There's 245 waiting to go this way. We might actually have a flat car come through at some point, which would be good. I know it's daft, but I could watch this stuff for hours. Probably literally have in this one episode, which is a little bit sad, but I just find it really interesting to watch and try and get this perfect. So this needs maybe another. This needs maybe 2. Even the third one's getting fairly busy. Let's put another one on it. Get those to where they need to go. And how's it doing down here in terms of getting stuff to where it needs to go wise? It should be able to get stuff to everywhere. Maybe not down here. Nope, it'll cover that one. But why did it make a noise of the fuel? But it's a machine. Anyway, that should really cover everything. I'm fairly confident. If we get more stuff to where it needs to go, that should actually grow the city really well. In fact, we might need to like connect up. I don't know why this hasn't already connected. Let's just connect like that to the, see what happens. I love it when a city gets a little bit interesting with like a curve. I mean, admittedly, I really don't like where it puts junctions so close to each other. But I guess that's just how it is. That's how the game works. How the algorithm behind the scenes actually works things out. That dropped off some fuel. Or 2 pieces of it. Good job. Good job. You're doing good, little train. Don't let anyone tell you you're not. I mean, let's face it, for 3 million, in the grand scheme of things, having that link there is what's important. I just don't know why it's not getting any more come through. It's almost like its supplies are just not getting here. But it's getting 100%, 100%, 100%, 74%. 75% from there? What? What? No. What? Okay, yeah, 75%, sure. I think it's a little bit drunk or something. That's not quite right. Yeah, it does seem like this almost isn't quite getting the oil through from here. I could see it becoming an issue if we actually got more oil to this station from where it's coming from. At the moment, the supplies are fairly low transport. So I think we should put another train on that one to future-proof it, because we probably won't look at this again for a little while. For when we actually do have the oil and crude oil getting here. Because the last thing I want is for it to not go from here to here. Like, that's ridiculous length of track. So yeah, it'd be a real shame if it was lost for that. This seems to be getting more and more through. I just want to remove as many bottlenecks here as we can before we leave it, but I think it's going to be more a case of... I mean, this one's very heavy for oils and flat car and box car. It's not really the ones that have the gondola come through it. But that being said, we do get gondola stuff from down here, so it's fairly busy for that as well. How busy are these actual lines? I mean, it's shifting them, so we don't need to worry about it too much, but I think it might be prudent to put maybe another couple of trains on this line. Because if we get the stuff down here, or out from here, then it will actually push things through in different areas. Admittedly, it's a little bit hasty, a little bit inconsistent with how much money it's making, but it's moving a lot of stuff. And if we can try and flatten that out a little bit more, then, and also feed it a bit more with stuff from like down here and what have you. Look at how much stuff needs to move there. Where is the... flat car? 1,320 logs. 1,320 logs. No wonder this is so low if it's not moving from here. That's ridiculous. Hopefully those extra trains will help. It obviously needs more capacity there. Looks like these are starting to come through. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is leave this one here. We've done a lot with this station, and hopefully we've removed any bottlenecks that were happening here, and hopefully we can improve things here. I think I might even just put another train on this one just to make sure this stuff gets through from here, because I don't want it to go to waste. Also, these are just super silly, super busy. How is our... I mean, none of this isn't going to move anything because we don't actually have a line coming through here, so we need to put that in. I think we'll look at that probably next time, is putting in a flat car line here. I just don't know where it's going to go just yet. Maybe we could incorporate this somehow. Because currently that isn't getting any use. Hasn't done for a number of years, so it'd be good to make use of it. Also, look at how busy this line is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where's the flat cars? Don't tell me we only have 2. I'll triple that, put 6 on there. Look at how much stuff's here waiting. That makes me sad. It really does. Bananas. Hopefully that should pull that stuff through. Littlehampton has exploded. Look at this. It used to be just about this size. Wow. Yeah, those public transport lines are really helping there. It almost has some problem with stations. Is that literally just here? I feel like we could put another 4 trains on that line and it potentially wouldn't necessarily fix the issue. There's going to be a sweet spot, but what that is, I don't know. I think 4 is a very decent amount of trains there. It's even using this road. That's bananas how big that's grown. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll try to keep an eye on things. We'll try to pull this stuff through from here. Hopefully we can make a bit more use of the steel from this one, because it's actually getting 60%, so that's gone up. I feel like that's gone up. But yeah, I think we've done a fair amount here. We've really helped out this station. Removed a number of bottlenecks through here. Look at that. We're actually starting to get this stuff through from where it needs to, from where it is to where it needs to go. So that's good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think with your thumbs. If your thumbs don't cut it and you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I welcome the feedback, and just let me know what you think of the series so far. How you think of this particular episode. It was a lot more focused on Knaresborough and these stations. Hopefully, we can give other places similar sort of focus going forward, and try to make the most of what we've got, rather than simply just putting stuff in, hoping it'll do, because it obviously hasn't in the past, and we need to really start making the most of what we've got. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and all the best. Cheers. Bye.